Bibi Ekoye dear.
Janko Pandaroma, Yamiki
Eastern region Boko.
Oh, Yamia Daroma, Yeguso, Yame Yana family.
Areas are flood, sea, Eastern region, in sooner receded here.
Kakra.
Okay.
Kakra. Okay. Namame Enfa Okonya Sumo, engineers and planners Abaso. Okay. Momo Ayadoye, Ediama. The 4 constituencies are affected. There's 5 constituencies in Eastern region. Afram Plains North, Afram Plains South, Sujaman, Fantiakwa North, and Upper Menyakrobo.
Oh, it drew when you
Yes. Over the weekend, why Omadoyam. Okay. At least Omufua say Omunya Bibi Endi Omomotu a free baby. A whole community Kodome. From Plains South community submerged into water. Ubia move through us. But you go so kai adofo. Say omo bibi wo mo nsem no. Na omo etwo mani ahwe yenu no mo ho aka mu no. Eti engineers and planners yenu Ibrahim Mahamane the Juma ku nyina ya domase say Front Plains for any so and Fantiakwa North Upper Menyakrobo so almost any Sujama so any so the Fefa and others should also emulate that, also support them
very well. And the Dr. Mark Oliver Kevor any attending Kano Mema Richard Ahiagbah Akwaba Richard Akwaba net saying
Obi Yamiadum Tinkomu Yawahonding me adom so Ghana ekoso kakrakra.
Fantastic. Me pictures on social media na mo donate BB.
Yes.
Is it the communications directorate?
Yes, I should say one me donate my communications directorate.
Okay.
I think so far no abanya boapa na mame fa we so na menchia etefo nyina wa mo so me ho wache ene o champion producer Dominic Michiamo ne asampa fo nyina djuma moye no djuma kese pa moye de som Ghana me bra me hu na che sesia doctor tino me bona baso na enra ba since we ni flood in the bar no said na Oliver Kano na ya dia na ya mete obia eni ko ho me support here president e ni mu my ekosra nkrofo she omobo say aban be support so no receive be support them say eno echi kura me bahama me no di nkomo enti no enra yekọ ho kohwe enti kakra bia na yekura no e de koma omo na me no ka say kura no yesade no mane bi ekọ akoka ho aboa omo na omaye ma structure donations no so ye say ya was a Porta regional titru pa near North Town na affected kese but air coso no Keta Anglo and Ketu South no the tidal wave no so ebemu enti and also so ebo nso ni be na lagoons no so affected enti afam ni na cabo mama create problem or this other 3 constituencies enti no omo set up relief committee administration committee omo chichenya mana or they call North Town no omo etichebi amara bia call this other districts no and I understand so say the other regions so no say eastern region and the greater Accra affecting no centrally no omo distributor man your money be alcohol enti like I say so far so good better nyame ase say the panso so yado ye kai the engineers and planners on maboa no answer me call no mo twa kwan the biggest safe haven Senkizito mo twa kwan se be ya this time no fancy so and
now the item relief item that
for kwan so enti no adwuma ekoso meti no adoye eduma no mo ye nya dia afi na ye contract ni say they are doing it on their own to contribute say company in them says mawum so say and so ye ka abo so abaso say omo ye eduma den abo Ghana na koso nti so far no make I say bibia boko ye ba ye so any say nsem bibiri nti ye san e ba ho am abo ye ama ya chire mu say nya and this for the Oliver dem say ono oye the best or better communicator. And it's propaganda no and do cronisa. Oma karena propaganda kwa no different. But badawasi so as I kwenya say emedin.
Yes, yeah, that's it. The issues on our table, obviously, this weekend, Jumakesi Edamoni as a political party to elect your flag bearer for the 2024 elections. Several polls and about out. One of them, Enra Beto Gano, predicts that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia would win with over 80% of the vote. And also the Bawumia camp Aribati claims from Kennedy Japan say he was offered some $800 million to step down from the race. In Garu and Sono, there have been some reported military brutalities. Cletus Avoka, or a senior member in Ghana's parliament, Waka said they would drag Kandapa to parliament over the military brutalities Akoso Ewo Garu. And still the Akosombo Dam spillage, VRA announces there will be an end to the spillage. Zoollion so issue statement. I'll be reading that statement, which is part of the issues Igu Yapono so said they've not been contracted to undertake any fumigation activity North Tongu and its adjoining district. At this time read that statement from Zoollion Ghana Limited. I must say the attention of the management of Zoollion Ghana Limited has been drawn to a report on social media dubbed Ibrahim Mahama, Zoollion and Serious Questions for VRA, unquote, which story seeks to suggest that Zoollion Ghana Limited has been contracted by the Volta River Authority to undertake fumigation of the lower Volta areas affected by the recent controlled spillage from the Akosombo Dam. Management categorically refutes this misleading, false and unfounded assertions by one Manasseh Azuri Awini, who has for the past 10 years sought to level various allegations against Zoollion to no avail. This recent publication is a demonstration of Manasseh's clear disregard for journalistic integrity and professional ethics as expected of a person of his caliber. We want to emphasize that Zoollion has not been contracted by VRA to undertake any fumigation activities in the said affected areas, as claimed by Mr. Awuni. His allegations are baseless and lack any factual basis. It is disheartening that in his pursuit of sensationalism and cheap popularity, they call it, Mr. Manasseh has chosen to misrepresent the fact. On Monday, 23rd October 2023, Zoollion Ghana Limited, led by its executives and management, presented a number of relief items worth over 500,000 Ghana cedis to the victims of the spillage. Additionally, a sister company, Ekosiisen, also donated almost 500 life jackets to the media and rescue team supporting the situation on the ground. At the same presentation event, the company, in addition to the items presented, announced its intention to also fumigate the areas once the water had receded. It is therefore regrettable that Mr. Awuni has chosen to overlook these notable humanitarian efforts undertaken by Zoollion and its sister companies in support of the flood victims, a gesture which was widely covered by various media outlets. Yet Mr. Awuni chose to disregard those facts and propagate misleading information and peddle his usual falsehood against the one company that has been at the forefront of keeping Ghana clean, green, and healthy, and this is deeply concerning. Management wishes to challenge Mr. Awuni to provide evidence to substantiate his claims and allegations regarding the alleged contract awarded to our company. We remain unwavering in our commitment to upholding our corporate social responsibility and providing steadfast support to the communities in the Volta region and in other way to our mother Ghana, despite the unwarranted distractions caused by such baseless accusations. We want to reassure all stakeholders that our dedication to serving and uplifting communities remains resolute, and we will continue to prioritize the well-being and support of those in need irrespective of such false allegations. And this is issued by the Communications Directorate, Zoollion Ghana Limited. That is the statement of free company in the Abba. And I don't know, maybe we start with, and Richard, more this weekend, Jumedia da Muenim, preparations at the same so far.
Obi Madasi, and it's NPP. About 4 days, and as 4 days in Temwe, back on elected a new leader and a flag bearer for a party. Now, it has been a while. I think that we've had one leader for quite some time, and it's a massive decision party in Kwako making.
One leader since 2007.
Yes, in Yagro. So I think that Nipan train Yajunin go see so. His Excellency Nanado Danko Kufado ably led party way for that long. And Nipanwa Ewako elected out of 4 capable candidates. Omo Ejinasi and Tuomo Swabano. Was very, very big sugar or feeling to be able to lead New Patriotic Party to a 3rd consecutive victory. And then now we share campaign no said yes call who kasa ne the tension it reflects the magnitude of the decision. And yetiasie say sa a tension FM. Now party no so led by Chairman Stephen Ntim and supported by the General Secretary Justin Frimpong Kodia and the entire leadership. Yeah, Omayen Shisheya, I think Presidential Election Committee, Omati, chaired by the former Speaker of Parliament, Right Reverend Michael Kay, and who come for more a year Juma to make sure election way a move down. I think Omaye Juma pa. My Juma, I think but for commitment and dedication. Nka Juma as a macatro say a very Herculean task. Nka Ankono said the Akui. And he say a bomber basso. Na party penny force your bomber basso. The party funina said the engineer is conductor hono. And the bay will be tension a was through. But Sankanya management any bra and the wisdom of the leading process in Anka, it could have been worse. Enti a bo or mabaso. Na jabo Saturday. She share my and it's instead of say congregating all Fakono, every constituency about about now altogether, and I think something close to about 277, 278 police stations across the country. Okay. And at the same time, on Ubiabeto Naba. Now, she share my the EC will take control of the process. The party ni bi ankoho enkoye me na meye chami me na meye si the process akwakoto aba no police for any EC for and I take charge on be bibia from making sure security obi ankoye basabasa ho making sure ballot no obi abeto bia ne de authority de wi akofie ebreso ayi nyina be hyemu ne akenkan na de obewi ne no say nipa no abadi MPP. I think so far no metumi aka ne akokuduro so e kire say Saturday no bibia ebekọ no wano say be ya asumdwe ebeba na Thursday so penifo ahihye na me adoma ahwa National Council betanse following that no so no National Chairman and General Secretary be address a press conference to make sure say she bia be chiri bia so no e de beto ama obia atimunsam said the city but then nyina ne say you best party for say decision e kwa koyi e fiensam na say fien komo na e kwa kodi na ye nyina kire adwene say me posimesi na say me po benten so ba be di MPP anymore na sa decision no enye ntokwa idea ye nyina kire adwene for this long since 2000 and 2007 ayenya His Excellency Nanado Danko be di anymore no ye ko ne bre aba na wie no ye ko akwakọ elect obi a be ye flag bearer asanye leader of our party ti we nya ntokwasem ne nyina ne se obekọ no wa kire wadwene wo hwɛ nipa nan ya abeya wan na wo hwɛ a obɛboa MPP betumi lead MPP te sɛ Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo betumi lead MPP sɛ yɛ papa John Agyekum Kufuor lead MPP na ama yetumi ewini 2024 election the day ni so no na de betumi ama ye wini saa abato yi a ye kɔ no 2024 no ɛyɛ nkabom ɛne asomdua wɔ party ni mu enti ɛbɛsrɛ the party ni bia opɛ party ni kanko opɛ party ni sɛ ebegwini 2024 no ade ba kɔ a sɛ nyina hwɛ ne yɛ ne sɛ aba yɛ kɔto no Saturday no ɛbɛhwɛ sɛ ɛbɛto na asomdua mu na yɛ to na asomdua mu wi a nkabom a ehia sɛ yɛde bɛyɛ adwuma 2024 no ɛbɛba ama yɛtumi de ayɛ adwuma no obiara nim sɛ menia Oliver Kevor ɔmo no opposition de ɔmo agye afa because dede no ɔmo tumi yɛ dede wɔ hɔ na ɔmo akɔso atena hɔ na MPP atoa so ayɛ adwuma pa na yɛyɛ no obi wonim sɛ MPP win 2024 election Ghana ɛbɛkɔ n'akyi bebree pa there's evidence for that and it's 2008 election omo win you yen and you lose election pa but you win first round I'm say okay no you win first round now aba ye de ekonya ye second round no more than they here to win the first round now chiro say obi it is internal frictions ni me buafu me nkokoto aba na wo omo ye me nhwe anase me fa ho oyaw ana ekofa asade bae nka ye ko second round no saafo na eto aba second round no ede ma MPP a ebro Ashanti region de nya ye kra ebro ye no se na omo wo ho but the man koto we have opportunity to correct the see 2008 no MPP ebetuma asesa no ne aka say de ye na bre bi atwemu no ye nsan hwe masa embeto ye enti ye pese ye koso no ye win one touch because on say obi ye kase be break 8 no na nya say bia ya boy trim ana say ye to one ye ho ye den ye say ye be win the second term ye win second third term ye say bia anka nye 50 plus 1% in a constitution asha nka ye win 2008 and a vote no so no na aka ye be win no those votes no can e ke betumi anya na nye nka internal ya betumi anya enti me kan sisi dua kire MPP vo say ye kase be break 8 no anya san foforo ya ye bi pen na de aka ye be say ye soso aya nya ne 2008 no eni say ye beti ye ho ase ye beti ase say party ni ya join ye no ya ndwane ama obi enti nipa bi a waye wade a ye wo ya no enye say nipa no nti na join the party no enti wo ya de bi mana ha party no a ha party no en ha say nipa no wo ekofa bone ba na say bana de wo ye ya na say obi aye wo na wafa ho tan ya na say ya wo awanko ye adwuma mba party no a say nipa no en affect ono nko ba affect wan kasa say wan som o party en na mo bi nti enti ye nte ye ho ase say party no en ye som enye obi ene yesom tinipa ya ade a your disciplinary processes wo ho oye na process no entumi endeli a wo de jawase manyame na party no a me no me free me pem badwane ye wonso free pem badwane eno ne ye nhwe se party no ebekoso se ye nyina ye ne saa no a obi 2024 election NDC for on betrafie de enti am betrafie ne se one candidate o mafaba no ye papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ono ankasa na numu nsam ene bunifo cause maybe atwa mu ka kire ye say Ghana ha no ntumi fa 4 years nyo mama ne ye na ono no a wo ba no a oye NDC flag bearer oba ba ye how many years 4 years 4 years mra ma ne kwa ma ne nye de one day mponka ho enti sa 4 years no de no ba ba ye ana se ana adane se 4 years etumi de Ghana ma ne ye nti o ma ba ye hwe Obaba complaining actually say oh and I say na wo ho na say na wo ho and I omani nkoyi na economy ye obi andi mu say wiase aye wo economy bia ni wiase ha bebia akoyi economy bia ni wiase ha akoyi de biara da bebia akoyi FM enam ohawa eto ye covid and Russia Ukraine wars as we oka montam kese no kura mo mpenti
se mo de Hamas aka ho mo de Israel Hamas
o na ade baka ho ye de fa ka de hu ya ne ye ka
o da se minister ba ko de Hamas aka
enti obi aye problem se omode na eba se NDC for to be nya obi fufuru bia na omode na eba enti ono ane no mu nsam and a bebunifo. Number 2, 2024 election. Yeah, kono on the basis of solution. So, a same way na to Ghana, or how way na Ghana woman. One of our person will be Jane and I will bar or barbaye. No, actually, because you will bobro, they were to me now, they'll be to me. You 8 years. Oba who ye 5 vice president and a 4 years they share on say president. Nina ye who de Ekosi. So, Uncle Zihe, Obi. And to no Oba says he anos about till this time on Obi Yantife. Some me baba ye or CBC me baba ye say Yantife, Nina ni say blame. Now say mu the other buyer say yan declare state of emergency. A very big idea. Say yan declare state of emergency. Obi. We no oko meeting no akofa adwempo we aba. Enti we no omu nim de ombeka. Or how abagana na aba wiase afa na nyina no. What is NDC solution? And you say bia we why you say just an de beko because obi Ghana nyina ya dia. Enti say ba mu na so wo blame ni pasa na ye de kwa bato no wini a. Den oba be. Enti ho and you say Ghana fo ye ni da ho. Na campaign ba be ye. Ye the evidence say policy we me de aba. Ye nyina ba transfer adwene ho akasa de wo de see na wo de see na de see a be bo Ghana na. Na ya hwe wan kasa no a wo ka asem no de obetumi aye de wetumi aye am ye hunu na ya kasa de to ho a obetumi aye ye to ho a obetumi aye ontumi nya ka kire so opsimesi o ka bi kwa na we a o ka yi ontumi nye. The evidence is not there. Enti no 2024 election no very critical na chance no for us no Saturday. Enti mesre MPP ni biara odo party no se yenya bibia manenka na china Saturday ni yakoto aba no a yento dia yakoma pe yentuma dia yenyana obelidi party no a yehwe ne dwuma yem ne said you see conducting ho said you sitie ne suban said you ni party said you asom party no akwakoduro no yi no some better party they dem on replace sessionation na do dan kokofo ado obetuma beto anamon a de MPP be konanim on fa yenko yechi na yenkonko wini 2024 election no na MPP ebetumi ewini they aka say yen be gia tumu say ye be adwumaden na 2024 yakoso ama Oliver abo opposition.
Very well. Enti me ba be ji wadwen on the allegations flying all over the place in campaign Ekosiisen, you know, for example $800 million to step down this animal. Me ba be ji wadwen
oh be I need a mogo
mate mamintie Oliver, I'll come back to you. Doc Ain't Saturday? Yeah. Eja enya babidu.
Yeah. Say, meeting me near Richard. I for a letter why I thought Senna or Kasama NDC because now or can about the fact say candidate omo ebe no na non semwa waka. Previous statements I was making on your money I don't know and the budget going into this particular election and I was like hey sir because as I speak people are saying say source no I don't know the source but a man for Kase Efri can campaign 18 more there's a particular infographic amount for a more a friend on masking 20 big lies. And someone Dr. Baumia aka in the past and who be son once somewhere will be gone. But I'll come back to that. I'm say presidential primary is a part of your democracy now. And we have gone through it as a party. Yeah, go through the process now. Yeah, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. That is the beauty of it. Nipadodono ese onona unjina enfama. It is because of what we see in him. Any GDI ye wo nimu. Enu ntina party for the dono ese ono enomo peno. And again, me GD say na party for the dono so 8 year abonten because omo hwe niema ekoso eni ye de amamu nu man na na dan kwakufu ado eni alaji baumia so far omo niema omaye e Ghana ha say and obia e ka say we dey say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e baba beto na mamu ne so a will be better off and unti me gire say party for the door no etie omo so omo abonten no e na omo so agitum And I can tell you, say, no matter how much your party is united, say, or party no going to be man winning power. Or party no. So be united under corruption, be united under thievery, be united under economic incompetence, be united under every bad thing that is warring the country. Nkwamu to me win the election. You will need near dodo na ya na mota from floating voters no. Mo obi mo a mo sheda enyina baby but sebe mo hwe niam a ekoso and how it affects wo as a person any wabusua any o community no na ebia on the day of election wakwakosa like that to aba no. They are the people are omo de eba be kan wo de na mo se mo united ne ho a ebe deliver victory no. So at this moment, unity, yes, is necessary, but a yes sufficient condition for you to win an election. Now, I think, say, 2024, na mean, say, Ghana for Antoine a year MPP, Ghana will be worse off. Hey, na baby, ya papa muni we. How be? Baby, ya Ghana war a day. Compare a state in 2016 and your current state ya papa mu we what's of baby hey and Ghana for na jitum said this is the worst economy ya experience at least in my lifetime I may start to experience economy sabe me mama ne me papa mo you almost free before I started here independent. This is the worst economy. My witness free briar woman ebedu sabrewe. So how worse again can we get? FM. How worse again can we get? It is about time you U10 because we are in a ditch, almost in a ditch. And until 2024, it is about a U10. You hear obia or experience. We can't continue to experiment. You metien krofo no eno manum dwa. Because a year another there enum dwa kasa. Ah wo ba beton 2016 a ye ma opportunity say omomra meye me hwe no. Ena omde ababa bedru sabri. And if minua Richard Ahiagbah ne krofo are proud of the outcomes then I'm surprised. And you think Ghanaians will want this status quo to continue? It is the reason why they have opportunity in 2024. So omo be breaking status quo no. Omo be change course no. Because there has be anywhere before you can do anything new. More be before for yeah. If there's anything newer, and all this while you would have done it. Be anywhere said before for a while, Baba Bay. And you know, for me, I think say going into November 4th, no, they are going to elect a leader or do a Bobeko opposition, no one hold them together in opposition. That is the kind of leader they are looking for. And I'm sure they are all looking at Dr. Bawumia because maybe he has age on his side. I don't know, or now opposition, 8, 12 years, 16 years, he may still have some age on his side. The kind of economic mess after 8, 12 years, 16 years, Ghana for be refi. If he still has age on his side, then maybe they will want to present him again. So, 4th November, it is not about who becomes the next president for the MPP. That is not the kind of decision no Mkwakutiki. Obianim, there's the verdict out there as Omoko opposition. But opposition ya Omukoi. Why na Omu Nyinayakwa rally around him in opposition? To take hold of the party. It is about control of the party. Utie Omunsemu Omoka, Kennedy Munsemu Omoka, they have all passed a negative verdict on their electoral outcome. Ese omu luzu. Enu ti no enso omo jomo party ni gina ho. So wutie campaign na akoso na. That has been the narrative. Enu ti no omo a sebe omo aban mu a omanya appointment, omo didi amen no. esusu say ade no say ye nyina ye rally behind one person. And the have nots. The have nots no almost gather rally around Sabe your friends in Huracan Japan. And each of them want a hold of the party whilst they are in opposition. That is because clearly Omoko rounds he maintained Omo campaign on Heba Ghana Yebe Ibu Mumbakwa Umwa na what second edika as or better transform Ghana with a Greek and when your money ade. But yeah, Papa Mia Yante Adifufrubia or no Eka said this is what he as a person is going to offer. This is the new thing now Obababe offer. The current economic course I woman Obababe teneno. Because he knows he's not credible. Otuba meka any economic solution am Ghana ni and the average Ghanaian any ni. So he cannot be doing that kind of saying outcomes. At least yet GTP even before falling out with the MPP now at least yet GTP enka. But GTP is a more society and I say Egusuji now. But won't take before Frobia in free Dr. Baumiaho. So it is about their hold in opposition. Why na baba be kita party num opposition? No match chena kakra na edru some time ago. Na se Ghana for rebe fi se edru baby. Omusika ye omo esofa haircut. Omusika esofa haircut. Pensioners esika esofa haircut. And then when your money are there, then maybe they want to present their person. And I think say nuntina omo nyina no rally behind Dr. Baumiano. And polling agency this is a new. I don't think the regular ones now.
I think this is almost 80% there.
80% there. We don't say we need Ahiagbah kasa.
Now the only needs will be 80%.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that these are not the regular ones now. You know, and you know in politics, BBI so just obi na shebe bi na work cooking at the aba. But yes surprising because obia omu nyina started a complaining say the playing field is not leveled. Mate say near owo mampo and as I never know adenimo yes complaining say playing field na leveled. Kenya Japan ninsema wa sase aka no or suspect say there'll be something against him, you know, and we are political agents, so we understand how some of these things play out, especially constituency 400 constituency executives, no, electoral area coordinators, and police station executives, you know, so sometimes when you know sometimes impo omo mabeto abano omo freedom cry to choose who they want, or sometimes I am not adding, you know. I don't know 80%. I can remember the name suspect say me could be more than that cry.
More than 80.
Yes. Now me because at DC for now almost every one who matters has been shaped in line. So what I say, if there are some deviations, so be say on to money I buy the pen na. It should be some minor deviation. It be a 5%.
Ken and so strained to a grassroots. No, we are told.
No, but Ken cannot be everywhere on election day. On your Superman, they are voting in I think 276 constituencies, and some special votes on Metro or ABM headquarters. So there are 278 polling centers. Sure. You know, minimum. And 278 polling centers now. Oh, okay, you can't be everywhere. So it has but there's a situation now. Constituency executives now, and polling station for now, gather at a conference. You know, there's an MP there, possibly there's a DC there, possibly, you know, constituency executives there. Have been shaped in line. You know, friends and special delegate congress. You know, those so-called special voters now, they belong to constituencies. at this time, they are all going back to those constituencies to form part of the electoral college in those constituencies to vote. So what I say, so control no. Oh, it was also me yonko MPP me money day or MPP also mo baby drew no more they drew no ma catch them say wow beto ama krede Japan page on Sunday and you understand it you who mo na fe was okay mo na beto they are fine they can in almost what they gum you know. So I expect something more than that. If a falling below 80% now, then clearly the popularity the partner suspect. Yes, the popularity in the partner suspect. You know, now after the first your friend saying prime minister and no na when you
2007
the electoral college na is
omubie mu no
one said chaka
we need to see
chaka. You know, the expectation is that sample no population is the likelihood say omo enya 10 omunya 20 votes onya percentage na very high no very high. Yeah. But say those one unya 1,000 crime 0 point something. So that make can say it, you know, just even a 1% of such large vote, you know, very very significant.
Sure.
It maybe me expect to say and could be more than 80%. You know, but election police station for Nusunya Kukudru, it was said there be a command and said the Kennedy a painty picture no, and my a wabontain a huno, ese Sicano a slow for no,
yes,
and I say on it, it drew elections to say we more near Bebrom 1,000, 2,000. That is the message or the picture Kennedy is painting. It am passa na se ekodru na police station for no nya kukudru eka say I vice president abre 2,000 per delegate yaje but a command yache for the past 7 years you hu say 2,000 ibi enunti abeto atiana and then a problem. Okay. It is a known as a DC for any MPs no man timi ahwepo me lie ama o man to ama the preferred choice of the system now. Then issues are started,
but
you know.
But Richard, on the campaign narrative I make it round, no. Any long-term consequences be on mo party for morale post November 4th. When you are to prepare now for the main election because say if constantly it is being pumped into their head say and amokra mudi party the chair party neba power mu nya hwe and ebi mu didi jamo and all of that coupled with allegations I fly all over because $800 million for one person just to step down from an election that's crazy.
Obi, I think say mugu, to be honest there's no evidence for it. Really? So we are another nipa no kai evidence way we nya asem I say so we nya asem we cancer asem to be honest go enti no dey mugu. But you see Oliver okasa ya one can kire me say one dey more candidate or campaigning for national election. One can kire me say police will on the ba no mo say na chika kire say yen ka hwe and I say Dr. Bawobia ka hwe. Dr. Bawobia is not campaigning to a general election candidate electorate. Is campaigning to internal electorate of the party. Say what he will do for the party principally, Onono will become our leader first of all. Then transition to become a flag bearer. So Obeye Ekosiisen saying and I say Asempa president. And I say Asempa flag bearer what are you going to do to us? Our constituents, Jackson, friends, Dominic, any running program. Sure. You don't go and tell them, say, you make sure, say, assassin for a Benyan Faso, and assassin radio for a team, and I say something of the sort. You are now trying to let them know, say, Ekosiisen saying a massive program. I will bet to we pejim. Now pejim one Faso, but say, oh no, oh yeah, Juma Hano, also be peja. Say, station in a picture. Sir, is your message. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawobia campaigning. He's focusing on the party. When I come, this is what we'll do. Now, so be a flag bearer. Party no nyinaso. Party no vision and value. Those values, and will translate that ye nyina MPP for no. Yesoba ni say we will make sure say And I said, yeah, idea to say Bayama Ghana, and they say to make sure say free enterprise ebe flourish Ghana. And maybe fly by we are. That's where ye need to adi no. He will transition that into policy. And but for now, no, or no, person or di anymore. They are about Bayama ye. Aya dear, or no walk until ye draw. One no, and say what for a while now, no more candidate. Dear someone worker. Declare emergency state of emergency and your message. And you know near the Kotoaba. Will be able to declare. No, and no strategic idea be if he Yamoaba and I say one out to be doing this idea. Only message you need one country because you're home mother. Oh no, I can say and what is the worst I will obi. Where we are. Sanka NDC the one bema say what kind of
extrapolation
oh no to only doctor until say was there so do fabra for obi the say where Ghana's economy is now sa nka NDC ene dia Ghana nka ya tete apansam ye nim dia ni da so free beba ama Ghana
based on what?
Based on their record. Based on everything they are capable of doing, NDC in Kayabe break Ghana. Okay, I dare buy a prayer home because some a COVID committee. Niti ahe no moye de na yetifu ro mo ho adwempo ban no mo de ba ya bo a COVID-19 relief MPP tan ye ho so ye asade ye bi nto ye da o e bi nto ya bakose mu da se yade bi aba se economy no bia ye giant traffic yen traffic ma obi anko bebia ye airport ya tum yeah, economy mostly we are led by import. We shut the economy. Where the Amaya to turn your from home, they shut the economy. Within a second, Obi, Adiana ye the ship bagana container a year yedeba na ni boba $2,000, $4,000, within a twinkle. That number idea waiting a cost in $10,000, $12,000 a container. 1 minute, and they say because our economy is import led, Obi, the AC will be fear no problem. And at the AC one kasa fear so your problem. You have double trouble. One God. What I say? So many things coming at us at one singular time. If you see I say affecting four times at the same time. Because we have to be able to accommodate changes in the economy. To be able to adjust our expenditure. And say Ghana poto. But the kind of leadership. Look, Obi, the decision to prioritize human life. Our Ghana. Still no NDC for this and common they have not realized what decision, what leadership meant for Ghana in COVID. Robbie, you are faced with your economy. You have, as a leader, you have to balance things. But you are faced with a situation, I COVID the buy. I am who be paying. Template be any baby, I'll caution him so we are two for that bino. Say no me, into me, may say, but me mukakran as a man with him. And Fatu who be anyhow. And now, leader trans need the committee and what trans look, I dear way no. We have two choices, one of two choices. Sir, you better not hack so the economy you say, Nipansu you say, will choose people over the economy. And President Bakatre in one of his addresses, they say, as or mine, you nim said the economy, ye huijuma. And I say, a buying when nim said the economy huijuma. And I will be no. There's history that backs that. Say MPP a bar economy huijuma. Ye there's history. And there's past history and even contemporary history and then your China history. Now under the same leader, Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo. It testifies that economy in the Bible to buy juma. Enti o choose you say you better haka say yenye economic akra yenye nipa kakra yenye economic akra yenye nipa kakra no. I'll choose to say Ghana for be nyankwa na say ombe free yade we mu e free. Say be ya e kire bi nyina be ka bomu na ye economy ne ho adwuma. Because in faso bi ani eso say we be make sure say economy is top notch. Na won crofo nyina ewu. Faso bi ene so enti president and another Danko Akufo-Addo MPP elected say ye be Ghana for nyankwa nti yade ye makwa amane nko omo nti wo trefie a ye the electricity beba wo trefie a be ma nsuo because yade no e nsuo ene tumi no say worry and sa near making sure nose mask in your market come the best supply amanipa. In Craco school, you have more a nose mask, a Veronica bucket, and that's our boy in here used to be oh, you know, your supply. Say nipa benyanqua. I have baby election by Baka Wimuna. Now politics and this purpose, yeah, politics. Until America say, Obi, any day be a bear campaign with Krumha, and I say, yeah, politics Kruma. Near Bekani say, yeah, Kono, Adventure. Say, dear, now be to me, yeah, near there two or back or some who say, oh, to me, yeah, we are okay, what to me, ye be. Na ye de ato aka asem a ndc for entumi mada enti we ameka kire ma challenge ni bio mesa man e wo man type bio on kan kire ye de omo pese omo beye na ye fa nto omo bakosem ho na ye hwe obi ye ba ye 2017 aye ba ye no obi na Ghana economy na ekofom me graph bio ha me de kire wa ndc for attain 14% GDP 2011 from that time up until say omo koye no the economy was like this na ekofom. Say ya manoko we 3.4 mo free so quite 2016. Oman to me ama de na hwe soro say that. It shows it say NDC for momentum is only going down. Omoko form nko amu nim say the economy man pager. From 14 even to 14.1 obi. Na sa 14 no so no hwasem abakosem wo ho. Aya na ye nya oil in commercial quantity 2010 and ye omo buy 2009 ye wie ya ye ko omo buy. They started benefiting from the oil no ye discover ye. And the ma economy no epeja the numbers are there to show. Oman to me am fa bia nka ho. And only omo di nko was oil well ben why they just talk. But ye sa bre no a na fatu hu bi ani ho na Ghana were not exploring oil at the time no more no they were doing exploration but we moved the ball forward e be enya oil it was ready for them to explore enti economy na omo beto ye no omo ntumi amana ankosoro ekofom say ya akosi to 3.4 na page economy immediately ye by 2017 ye my economy no from 3.4 no ekoso 8.2% GDP 1 year. So you see the difference 1 year makes.
The argument has been made, and it's not oil induced.
But that oil
the new wells are new fields. Sorry.
But Obi, now no.
Correct November.
The other to remember the idea is that
it had been predicted.
No, Tete. Masati, Asama Meno Kano. No problem. But the point was that you needed to be able to manage it, right? And it wasn't. If I'll show you the other one. It's not only the oil contribution,
non-oil as well.
There's a service sector. Agriculture grew in 2017 compared to what they had. They left us. The same thing occurred in. I think service went up almost about 16.1%. A year turnaround. So 2018, the same thing, the economy went up. In 2019, the economy went up again. Until 2017, the year, our economy the course. 2018, the year, 2019, the year. And at 2020, you can explain that say COVID and my economy no economy. So, or can the economy the abaye no. Yes, because COVID have been to yeda. Wow, and on apeja ya babe dum pepe so edui. Enti baby I was say no, it is not measured in terms of anybody's performance. Obi, if you are the best student in your law class, now a Debbie, you came I don't know exam they want to mean kasi and say sama wonkwa. Na sada no, oba ye no, higher exam I babe no, went to me and perform. Then say, I want to me your question. Now, as a good student, or teacher, baby says, oh, Obi, then your explanation could be said, not me home for me. But mean to me, as a member, so me buy some bomb home. But uncle ye. There's explanation, and probably who say, Obi, the net, then yes, I know. Oh, yeah, a student of born home. That is the explanation. Now, going to 2024, what the ever catch Ghana for any say? A kwanya ye fa so de ba ye no ya COVID ebeti san ye ne Russia Ukraine wo beti san no. These are the models ye de ba ebeboa my economy nako and now me no ka say Obi when you said the economy is turning around The NDC the also who the obey because the air 10 year around all catch but you can see the evidence clearly. And you know, say about MPP Noir, we know how to bring back the economy, but the NDC on track record doesn't suggest that. And you know, no one can try the ombe to me. Now, yes, omo the baba train. Say ABI, 2007, 2012, 2016. Obi. By this time, the MPP see a buyer bayano. What the dada? And you know, by application say and throw the baba. Now, you can't go from you come and come show Ghanaians say these are the evidence. And we said it and we did them. Now, and you know, to me, but a Drew Honey a dim coma will tell Ghanaians why we couldn't do this. I say your best say because who compare the ayani do my noir. There is no comparison. There's not even any world in which I think say and this for me to me about more than Ghana. MPP4 or Ghana. Obi the military track to amount.
Okay.
No, Kase Fred is saying we are in a worse situation and therefore Yebe Winia is not only a function of say internal peace and unity. Obi. Or can be about corruption in Yoma to be united under corruption. Obi. 2007, 2008 compare yen Kruma. Huh? Corruption is for Kaye, and the two MPP for so. And you be no more can in the you. Sabre no more corruption, say MPP dear corruption kwa. But on betra by 8 years. MPP near him on what they call jail. Say we are corrupting home. And then almost I the same thing. Osha, there's a pattern. Obi. NDC, omo policy, and that's omo campaign strategy. Omo focus on communication. Aya yen tro no yomudi. Mo ka sem no gumu sa because what there ya o ya de. Utu o ye na obi count asem a obe dia to mu say e bia de o kan no kra because obi and eye bibia wo hwa eno e ha wo. There is even empirical findings say ba say o aba mu a the possibility of people disagreeing with you is higher, and that leads to them believing in the opposition. Now, yes, opposition can't say Papa Biao and Tromu Dieno, Cassian Kwan is 42. But the tendency say, Bemuna will lead. There's evidence say people are prone to disagree with you or to disbelieve you because they see you as a source of their pain. And Emma. And this is for look attractive say be an say somo nkrabone say omo no betumi awini but you drew ho near the community to obi platform yeso e beba pa because aha no oma evidence na ye adwuma oma ye din komo a eye nkomo ade Ghana bako ni nimu enye say bia ka no bia beka ne de keke propaganda enti ha ane ba be campaign no na akire mu say yes baby a wo yi the free buy ya Ghana na NDC MPP 2017 economy ne nyine ye 18 19 nyire ye na 2020 nkwa call from aya 2021 esa page aya BBFC year 2022 asa call from year Russia Ukraine war no the enti aba ni say NDD but eni nyina e chi no 2023 almost economy ne koso the aya ama economy ne koso no eni mu eni e be hye ne kena e be hye we mu kena ya hye we mu kena se be ya economy no e be sa koda de enti du ho a san komo ne e bedi ye ma mo kwan enye propaganda
Richard ma me na say doc me pacho sign I don't know the challenge I went through and other issues.
Yeah, I think say everyone was say or say Dr. Baumia train say beginners flag bearer.
And now lay out the policies.
And will be Emma or minor or the other. You see, your people should believe in you first. And as you say, there, it is difficult to disintegrate internal campaign from external campaign because more about so they are all watching. And I'm a campaign internally then you you need to prove to your people say we are sellable now Ghana for more so about as delegates you are Ghana for beji. That's the most important thing. That is the most important proof. And they say, oh, I'm not just only popular within. What is the essence of just becoming a flag bearer? So you see, that's the reason why I still believe say they are not looking for a president. The 4th November exercise, they are not looking for a president. They are looking for a flag bearer. In opposition. That is what they are looking for. And they may be in opposition then they may now introduce a vision and policies. Because Anyasa, that should be the first thing. You should tell your people, say, me vision ye, ni amede bre or mine ye, and no mo de me ba eba beton me, ema Ghana for ba betome. But Dr. Bawumia knows, say, and nay, Dr. Bawumia, as he is now. Nieso okabia waka dada egun framam enuti no okasa foforo bia no ase amafa komia ne previous statement I want making on those particular matters na a negative asem no enuti ene menka national issue menka ne ekoso bia wo de munyime as leader keke and I understand why friends Eminia Richard rationalize that kind of strategy in a position now what taking because enyamia I first want to prove, say, me a presidential. I have a vision, and this is what I bring on board. And so I'm coming crop for her. I could catch them and say, Monto Abamame. Now, Monto Abamame, Nami Baba, Yamu leader. This is what I'll do for the country. Monso, I'm also much farm, you know, but they are just looking for a flag bearer, and that is fair. now, Oka is a economy. Sabe. Every regime bia I just say bia me rebe fibi. But as far as I know, every regime bia no receive one external shock or the other, one form of external shock or the other. It may come in different form, but at the end of the day, no, it affects no on the economy, no. Your friend say a external shock, and that is what Moka COVID as a external shock, and that external shock no and affected Ghana economy in 2020. But you see, Dr. Bawumia has an interesting theory on external shock vis-a-vis your local economy. Or say external shock no affected country back up. It affects all countries. He has made that what theorizers are because in fact during our time we also try to explain some of the difficulties within the economy with external shocks. And external shocks that say so eto enwu nipa ba ko pe apataso egu bia apataso so e ban say na external shock no e jampo Ghana, e jampo Cote d'Ivoire, e jampo Burkina, e jampo Nigeria. So tie sign statement that he made those examples. COVID didn't jump all the other countries of the world and hit Ghana. So sometimes the comparison the relative comparison now we make, we are also making the comparison not only with your previous government's performance, but also with your peers, other countries. No, example. Your assumption is that Obi Nkwa the cultural side lawyers absolutely also yare and untino sadan went me angry into the performance na poor. Yare no all can wasem no bia na Apollo. Students there bachelor exams no on that same day ni nyina no enya Apollo ni bi. Na ba no say na onko the Apollo no ye wa sabe when ifra ya went me antro exams no obi enso akwakotwra relatively the performance was wrong. That's the question you have to ask yourself. And what Ghana for ending say you can't explain away, no matter how hard you try, you can't explain away the conditions that we are in with just COVID. Ghana for 8 years per year, and when you go down, or when you say when you started or become COVID as some, Ghana for even rather believe as a COVID moment and went for. And it is in fact COVID inti and a moment to me winning elections in 2020. The windfall.
That's your belief.
Yes, the resources are back in just 2020. Abambia compare. Abambia on in just one particular year. And you access to such a resource envelope within a year. You track it, you go back to all the years, especially a SIA election year. And no, and then propaganda, your mom so free, your mom electricity free, and no one your money are there. No, and a mamunya resource na munya. Because in fact, after 2019, you train your free IMF mono. Go and check consistently, not depreciation. As I say, you see the not starting depreciating. You train your free IMF more on my better party no. And the economy started say ejida. And to obey him say, na 2017, and then our year 2017, ube claim a friend saying a credit for the economic performance in 2017. Wakasa budget in 2017, who reading time by. O budget in 2017, who reading the time by, Obama be claim credit. Right at your whole share IMF programmer, Yasha Siena, because we're having a friend saying the discipline and everything. Everybody had predicted, except for the following years, IMF we were going to continuously perform in terms of our economy. Until say you're cleaning free 2019. Before COVID, and the material and other wedding in our shows before COVID in 2020. COVID, even though I say COVID-19 and 2019 Ghana, a year affected. And the import almost declare not as a pandemic. It was in 2020. Even though no a Niwadi, China, and in 2019, it became a pandemic rather in 2020. And you know, explain away this condition now with COVID, no, it's neither here nor there. Sika a buy munya during COVID there. You are only looking at the negative aspect and the necessary revenue. In fact, impono a GRA Crumpo report Crumpo Crown. Almost estimate here for that particular year. Crown almost said they exceeded it. You can go and check. Go and check.
They revised it.
Go
well,
they exceeded it. That is what they are saying.
They revised it midway through the year.
In the shortfalls near the were all balanced by resources, World Bank, and friends, IMF, and then all concessions. Sabi, Sika or Mampenini vision, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama vision, or Boto Ho. As I at Rancha Mobile, young fire and some all those resources were made available to you. And until when I hear this cartel say, Edia Breno, as so on function or mine also 1 year. Now on to me and win the election. So clearly, no, Sabe, we have been moving from one excuse to another excuse. And everyone was say one for Ukraine, friends say Russia they cry I'm a source. Ebiana embring you huntia and what did COVID. Because that has been their
so they won't answer.
Okay. And now make kind of say Israel Hamas and Swaba. You know they should update their excuses. So they said they should update their excuses. Because last me bars and me catch them. I said MPP for my economic model now or more run. I said last me kind of ha. I said LBTP. Lies. Lies and tro. And tro. When I fetty and I say, when I fetty and I say, lies and tro. It no and tro no for Ghana for Argentronedi. Then they start borrowing. Now omo ebo besia kese. Even when you are drawing the attention, as a besia na mo boy kwhwe between 2017 and 2020. The number of times yama out as a party, mama meka the sustainability of besia na omo ebo no. Yefree so na your debt to GDP ratio na 57%. Abaway debt to GDP estimate na say do 103% cry. And you think this is better?
Oh yes.
103% GDP debt to GDP ratio is better. Where is the sustainability? Dr. Baumia, more economic guru, renowned and celebrated within the MPP. As I said, or debt to GDP ratio, no, it do 75%. Informally, you are in HIPIC. You are highly indebted. You are in HIPIC. Except say you cannot get the benefit of declaring yourself HIPIC in Tino. Now, won't me enko HIPIC. But 103%, no, how much more is it from 75%? and you still want us to celebrate this. Yes, so now exchange rate $1 to 3.92. Sometimes I'm say you kind of 4. Let's even assume say $1 to 4. This is 3 times, and 3 times that. And for some time now, check it. For some days now, check it. Kwana air kosro. Also, you have turned the corner. Now, and now things are getting better. These are the indicators. Dr. Baumia say, young fan say economy be healthy, and I say healthy. These are the indicators. Almost exchange rate, inflation, ending now 54%. Inflation is now 54%.
About 40 something.
38.1.
And then crown no more eka say yenje be patcho be ba. And then no more cry eka say yenje Ghana Statistical Service for the figures AD. Dr. Baumia no nam krom ofa ensuo no abisa ne bo last year na etesen ofa niam be 6 ohwe ne bo an akeka bom no average was inflation no. That was how he was calculating inflation in this country.
The inflation 54.
And 54%. That's what I'm telling you. True inflation, yeah. Sabe. Ya nam formula. Ya to niema okwa ho no. True inflation is around over 50%. And that is a reality again and no e live ne. Azumi kwebo say e 33% now. Is that the best? Or because you have explanation for it, you know, you can't explain away hardship. Bro for dead, Richard they are not bro for the otepa. But bro for dead they be anywhere bet me actually hardship about the Ghana any watono. You can't explain hardship. They do to the Ghana any watono. And to the one people are going through hardship like this. The least we can do is to sympathize and empathize with them. Now, the piano I say gaslighting, we are even creating the impression say a yomo crown from so. Now, by the crowd, the only responsibility be now now go through hardship, no, and from so put no go through hardship. And he's asking, say, then now at the 2020 Yanya campaign. 2020 NDC Yanya campaign.
Campaign.
Yes, campaign. Manifesto. And our manifesto, because of course, no condition is static. And to know, by the time we will get into election 2024, that some of the things, new challenges are on minor AFAC. Because Nyama ye can't say ye be in 2020. There are some of them, and they, because of condition, you tokrona yakwakwakwakotomu nintino. Okasa obey those things now. You need to revise it. You need to revise it because the conditions in 2020 are not the same as the conditions now. We are worse off now, and that is the reason why we are saying, say, baby, you need an experienced hand. Obi awa hoping, somebody who has done it before. Obia onimnia eye adwuma ene ne enye adwuma. He knows that this particular thing me ya ebeye ye we me ya enye ye.
Wow, hope meaning say the president now.
Yes.
The vice president anka ho.
The vice president, you've been there.
Okay.
Because on anasa nana do say on economics ni na ujama Dr. Baumia. Economy no ujama Dr. Baumia. He was in charge. Unless they are saying say now we onye in charge.
Then on the same way no then so on so evident to man on some rare.
Hina
Vice President.
And to get 103%. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So that is the experience versus experiment. As am I saying? No some experiment. No, and then 103% debt to GDP ratio. And then over 50% inflation. And yeah ratings. All the credit ratings ni na my junk. Baller rating. And now kwa Bob Bessia a friend say friend say bond yeah capital market yeah o junk a junk rating usika no a bon obi ani ho a obepese obaba beto coupon. That is the verdict on Dr. Baumia. Erutino eno na yesi ye pa na that is the question. And then you default debt payment. At what point in time under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na wote say emra so say e wose yetua omo a or ye de omo ka na so ye nya sika nkwankwan kutua now the omampanin na na dan kwakufu ado ne job adwuma kese a oye pa ne say onam a opatcho say monfa ye kanche that is his preoccupation now, and you think say we should continue like this. Hey, and that's a Ghana for near pedie. Everybody knows this regime must come to an end. No matter who they bring up, I say, it will be for Fraba because Nana Kufuor he has given up. So I can say challenges now, a new president and a Baba Besovo. He himself has given up. Is his cabinet running? Is his cabinet not running? Dr. Bawumia on Kavu Biwana. So should we say, sir, Dr. Bawumia has also given up? They are expecting a new president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to come and solve their problem now. And that is the reason why I'm saying, sir, November 4th, no, they are only going for a flag bearer. They are not going for a president. Omunya pa anka BBS ya mayaka say they say kra no presidency no ya 3 years na banachi amon term na ende. Omunya ya aya deswa this current presidency no regime we aya deswa their mom. They quickly want to run into opposition and then go and prepare and come back. That is Juma Mukwakoye no November 4th no. And to new president na Nanado Ekano. He's prepared. He's experienced. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Or experience now. Obeying a free bonka na omudi akwakoshimu EDP.
Dr. Mark Oliver Kevor, regional chairman ma NDC Eastern Region. Richard Ahiagbah, director communications edema MPP. Richard Ewaha, Doc Ewaha, yebetie we yeba would wrap up now. Sorry, Ekosiisen suni. Stay with us.